here we are again, Ben.
Yeah,
You've gone,
here again.
You've gone and spoiled it again, mate.
I spoiled the party.
Another O?
Another O, and do you know what? I enjoyed it in there tonight. I think you may have took the first round, there wasn't much in it, and then I think I came back in the second round and maybe drawed it level, and then I just sort of used my strength and wore him down, I think.
Well, actually, I think you actually had quite a strong second round, you did, and you put it on him, and then in the third round, it sort of like woke him up. He come out, and certainly for the first minute and a half, he returned fire, and...
did it again?
It was like, say, the third round was the last round he won. Because it was 58, 56, so
56.
As you said, I think they gave him the first, and then certainly won the third, but I think you took control again.
Most definitely, and I think I'm strong at the weight. I've said it a few times, and where do we go from here now, Sean?
Well, we'll see what happens next week, see if Adam still takes that fight, and we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah.
Hopefully we've got a couple of titles lined up, possible if we get a couple of good wins, so we'll see from here.
That's with the fight with Lee Appleyard, an English eliminator. And what's got to wait? Is that super lightweight?
Yeah, 10 stone, yeah.
Now, I think you naturally you're slightly bigger than Andrew Fleming, but we felt his movement and his boxing skills would have been enough to keep you under control.
Yeah,
but it wasn't, was it?
No, I think a lot of lads think that. I think boxing works, but if
he just gets close and nullifies the boxing game, so your boxing's no good from distance if he's sitting on you. So it's no good to you.
I was getting in close, coming up, uppercuts, straight shots, and even though maybe you're catching some of them on the gloves, but most of them are getting through. But maybe we just need to start going to the body.
I think, I don't know, I think he was a little bit lost because, as I've said, you're one of those fighters that a lot of people think they can beat you until they get in with you. And the pressure that you put on people, it makes them do things, because I've got to tell you that he is a class boxer, but he didn't show any of that there because I don't think you allowed him to.
No.
So, I don't think he boxed a bad fight. I just don't think you allowed him to box the fight he would normally box.
He does that a lot, just puts the pressure on people. I just don't know what to do. It's too much pressure.
You're not coming on our shows no more.
That lad's had 7 amateur fights and he's still...
We know he had more than that. He had nearly 90.
He couldn't leave away from him. So he's tough. We'll see if Adam's still on for next week. It'd be nice if he is.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Well, I've just said though to you before, Nathan's a game kid, a totally different fighter to Andrew Fleming, much more aggressive, naturally a little bit bigger. He is a super lightweight, and a big super lightweight. So I think that's going to make it even more tempting for him, because he really wants to test himself, and who's better now than to take someone who's...
3 days ago, and he's had the flu since then. He's just still got it now. He's still forced his way to get it.
It's been a struggle to get it.
And he's struggled to get to the weight because of the flu. But
do you know what? Next week though, couple of good fast sessions, fast pads, fast pace, and then we'll go again next week. And I'm looking. That was my aim, Lee. Last week I thought, you know what? If I can take 2 O's away in a fortnight, I'll be happy, and then I'll rest up into the happy. Well, I won't rest, but I'll sort of look towards.
Do you think what are you doing better now than you were doing before? Are you clever in there?
Thanks, Sean. Do you know what? I'm learning. It might sound crazy, but I think I'm getting a little bit composure. It may not look like it, but I haven't always got a. Do you know, sometimes those swinging shots, they take a lot of effort out of me, and if I'm swinging and I'm missing...
Do you think the fight with Kane Gardner, the first fight here, is where you learned a hell of a lot?
Because I learned you've got to install your game plan from as soon as that bell goes. If you're not fighting your fight, you're fighting your opponent's fight. And I probably learnt that in the Kane Gardner fight, because the first fight, when we done 6 rounds, for 4 rounds he just stayed on the back foot, came in, jabbed, moved out, 1, 2, do you know what I mean, and just kept me at bay. And then I caught him in the 5th round and sort of changed the fight, and I knew when I got back in with him the second time. And I speaking with John Pegg as well, my manager, he said, look, make it your fight. Whenever you're in there, don't watch what they're doing, he's stopped his last 4 opponents, it doesn't matter. You make it your fight and you'll come out victorious. It's quite simple boxing, isn't it, when you put it in there?
Well, it is. Well, John Pegg's very good at making boxing sound simple, and he makes you believe in yourself. And I think, why wouldn't you believe in yourself now? That's 27 victories without a loss, your last 4 opponents.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
So, and all now with blemishes on the record because of you.
Well, yeah, I'm there or thereabouts, and it's just about carry on listening. Because I haven't come from an amateur background, and because I was fresh in the unlicensed scene. It's good because when I'm in the gym, I don't think I know nothing. So when my trainers are teaching me,
does that help you then?
Yeah,
Because
of
you've
course.
been but I mean you've been moving around with Sam Higginson.
Yeah.
Sam's just gone over and won. What was it? WB internationally or intercontinental
yeah,
or something?
definitely.
You know, that's just giving him a world ranking again.
always learning. So I've got no pride. I'll ask Sam or I'll ask some of the other prospects. I'll say, what do you think about this? And I'll take on advice. I'll ask my trainer Sean Cogan. I say, I listen to every word they say because I've had no amateur. So I don't think there's none of that sort of arrogance. I don't think, oh, I know that. Oh, I know. You don't need to tell me.
Yeah.
It's nothing like that. Every day is a school day. Every day I'm in the gym's a school day. So even if one of the lads that have just turned over, or even one of the white collar lads, to say, look, maybe give that a go. Maybe give that a go. I'll listen because you know what. I just try and keep it humble.
As I said, Ben, you're a breath of fresh air. I
very
know
much, mate.
every time. I knew this was going to be a hard fight for Andrew, but he was confident,
Yeah.
and I believed him as well. You know, I
Yeah.
believed he could. But you know, you're one of those guys that we all feel we can beat until we get in with you.
Yeah.
A bit like Masha Dodd. You know, remember when Masha was
Yeah,
going through his golden
definitely,
period. You know, you look simple to beat, but you're not. You're very, very hard to beat because your work rate is relentless. You don't leave anyone alone. It's like you say, really is refreshing to watch. So,
Thank you very much, Lee.
I can't say good luck too much because you've got another one of our
that's it,
opponents
yeah.
next week. But I presume that'll be an even better fight because Nathan, like I say, naturally a little bit bigger than Andrew, so he's not having no fear of you,
No.
and he's asked for you.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? It's. We'll get in there and we'll see. We'll see.
we will.
We'll see.
Right. Well, you might move up the billing there. You might be chief support now.
I wanted an early night as well. That's it. I wanted to be on first or second to get home.
Oh, that might not happen no more now, mate. Ben, always a pleasure. Congratulations. Win number 7.
Thank you very much, Lee.
Take care, mate. Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.